Hello everyone, my name is Joshua and I'd like to welcome you back to another episode of Coffee, Cats, and King, where we will discuss books, both new and old. I will share with you some pictures of my cats that will make you wish they were your cats, and I will drink enough coffee for me and everybody watching. So today I wanted to do a little best of 2020. These are the books that I got the most enjoyment out of this year, not necessarily books that came out this year, although there are one or two of those. And there's 11 in total. I tried to get it down to 10, but it wasn't going to happen. There was one I just couldn't in good conscience take off of there, and I still think that's pretty good considering that I finished 153, 154. And then there were another 20 or 30 or so that I got about 100 pages in and DNF'd. So 11 out of that, not too bad. A lot of these are also books that I read on my phone, on my Kindle app, because I'm constantly on the go. I'm not here as often, therefore I can't always pick up a paperback, although I prefer paperback. So for that reason, I will be putting covers up here or wherever my rather circular head is not at the time. And without further ado, let's get started. First up, I'm going to talk about a book by Oren Gray. This is Goinyo and Other Sardonic Tales. Now, Oren Gray is well known for his Lovecraftian cosmic horror, and that's exactly what this collection is all about. It's a collection of, I don't remember how many horror stories, but all shorts and quick reads for the most part. But man, this guy can write. He's excellent. I've never read anything by him up to this point, but I'm definitely going to pick up some more of his work. Awesome stuff. If you like Lovecraft, you like cosmic horror, this is a guy you need to check out. Next up, I'm going to talk about a book that you guys have heard so much about this year. Everyone's talked about it, everyone's reviewed it and read it and loved it, and that is Night Film by Marisha Pessl. And this book garnered a lot of attention here on BookTube, I think, because people were just, they were so excited about how immersive it is and how interactive it is. It's interactive in the same way that House of Leaves is, just not, on that level, because I mean that book is on its own platform way up here, but Night Film still does some of that, in that there are all these these fake articles throughout and film reviews and things like that. There are pictures that I think the author took herself and put in there just to give it a more realistic feel, and it really works. It's very atmospheric. Some people are not going to like the ending, but it's an experience. The whole thing is an experience, and it's well worth it. Third book we're going to talk about is one by another author I had never read. This is Christine Ruch's Santa and Other Christmas Criminals. And as the title suggests, this is a bunch of short stories that revolve around that very special time of year. And in this case, the book starts off with a mall Santa trying to stop a robbery at a jewelry store, and moves on to a man who learns the true meaning behind Christmas and what Santa and his elves are actually after. And it is not giving out gifts in this case. So there's some really cool stories in there. I loved it. I didn't think, much of it when I picked it up on Kindle, but this is one I am going to buy a paperback copy, and if ever possible, I'm going to try and get it signed by the author, because I love it and I want it on my bookshelf from now on so that I can read it every year at Christmas time. Awesome collection. Okay, I'm going to talk about one that I actually have a copy of here, and this is the second in a series. I picked the first one up 2019 and read it, loved it. Picked this one up 2020, read it, loved it. Gonna pick the third up this year, probably gonna love it. This is Lee Perry's The Skeleton Takes a Bow. And really cool cover right there. The first one is called A Skeleton in the Family, and this is quick little mystery murder reads that are very quirky and entertaining. They've got a lot of laughs. It's about a family that has a literal skeleton in the closet. His name is Sid. He is very sassy, and he is constantly getting in arguments with the family dog because the dog likes to try and steal his leg bone when he's not looking. So that should tell you all you need to know about that series. It gave me a lot of smiles and a lot of laughs this year, and we really needed that. I really needed that. So I was very appreciative to Miss Perry for this book. I can't wait to pick up the third. It is Christmas themed, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to wait until that time of year to read it because I'm just really excited about picking up the next one. Moving on, we have another book that you guys have heard a lot about from an author that fans of fantasy have not stopped talking about for years now, and that is Brandon Sanderson's Way of Kings. This is not a short book. It is not a quick book. Way of Kings is 800 some pages. The second one is 900 some pages. Third is 1,000 some pages, and it just keeps getting more detailed and more involved and a little bit longer in every book. But it is worth it because Brandon Sanderson does some excellent world building. I mean, just awesome stuff. You will be invested within the first 100 pages, and you will want to finish those next 700 pages. And I mean, I'm telling you, it's worth it. I read the first two this year. It was awesome. Started into the third, but I just didn't have time to put into it and time to invest in it like I wanted to. So I'm going to try again for that this year, see how it goes. But Way of Kings, I know you guys have heard a lot about it, and there's a reason for it. Just like there was a reason for Nightfall. Read them both. They're awesome. Okay, moving on here. I've got a little horror novel that I picked it up off of eBay for a couple bucks. I just wanted a quick horror read, something simple, something cheesy, and that's exactly what I got. This is Christopher Cook Gilmore's The Bad Room. And you can kind of see, I mean, the cover art is really cool on this one. It's got a very 80s feel. Got that kind of neon purple to it, you know. I thought it was a great cover. I said I just wanted a quick read, and the writing is it's nothing to write home about. Very simple, but there was just something about this book that was so much fun. And there is some horrific stuff in there, but it takes that 80s approach in that everything is just turned up a notch, and it kind of goes overboard, but not into silliness, just into, you know, something that's gonna make you smile, gonna make you laugh a little. And I enjoyed this book way more than I thought I would. I can't wait to show it off to a couple friends, get them to read it, see what they think. But it's an older novel. I'm sure you can find a copy on eBay. It's worth it. It's a blast. It's a blast. Trust me. Moving on, we have another book that I never would have picked up. I got it for free on Kindle, and I think it's actually still free on Kindle right now. So if it is, you should pick it up, read it, just give it a chance. It's weird, I know, but this is Aidan Simpson's The Reincarnation of Tom. And well, first of all, the cover art tells you exactly what you should expect from this book. It's a very quick read, and this is about a man named Tom who continuously reincarnates into different forms. He's a chicken, he's a cow, he's a snake, and all through his lives, he is tracked down by a particular man that he slighted once, and who has built up this crazy grudge against him. So it's an interesting premise to start with. It is packed to the gills with humor. Really enjoyable read. If you need a laugh, Reincarnation of Tom is a great one for you. Trust me. Next. Whew. Tiring myself out already. I need some coffee. By the way, check out this awesome mug that my wife got me for my birthday. It says, "I turn coffee into books." She knows that I am a soon-to-be author. And she supports me wholeheartedly because she is one heck of a woman. Okay, right. Back to the books. That's what you came for. That's what I'm going to give. Next up, I'm going to talk about an author because I read 2 of his books and they both made it on this list, so it's kind of cheating, but it's my list, so deal with it. This is Gregory Miller, and the 2 books in particular are Scaring the Crows and Dark Nights and Candlelight. And Gregory Miller is an awesome writer. If you have never read anything by him, most of what he writes consists of short stories, but they're all very Twilight Zone, Outer Limits feel to them. They all have these awesome twists and turns, and they're all very unsettling, even if they are not outright horror. Very excellent author. Highly suggest picking up his stuff. Just do yourself a favor, try one out. It's worth it, I'm telling you. Great stuff. Okay, moving on. We got a couple more left here. This is another one I'm kind of cheating on, but it's because I read the entire collection and I read it as a box set. So it was one in my Kindle. So again, it counts. This is Alexandria Clark's Witch Myth series. And so I had the Witch Myth box set. And again, this is one that I got for free on Kindle. It's not my normal read at all, but I thought I'd give it a try and just enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would. This is about a large family of witches who kind of run this this little town, and not in a negative way or anything. It's all very positive, very good stuff. So they run this little town, and every story talks about a different witch and the issues that she's overcoming, learning about her powers, and really cool read. I can't even honestly tell you why I enjoyed it so much, because it's so far out of the realm of what I normally read. I just know that I enjoyed it a lot, and it's another one that I want to pick up paperback copies if possible. So give it a try if you're into something a little more lighthearted. If you like the magic, witchy kind of stuff, a little mystery, nothing too crazy, just try it out. Trust me, it's good stuff. Good stuff. Okay. Moving on, 2 left, only 2. This is one that I was very lucky to get an advanced reader copy of from the author via Goodreads. And it's not something I would have picked up normally, but I am so glad I did. This is Amelia Unabridged by Ashley Shumacher. And this is a cover that we need to take a moment to appreciate, because holy crap, is that beautiful. Gorgeous cover. So this one is really cool. It's about Amelia and her friend who are obsessed with this Orman Chronicles, which you can think Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe kind of style, but elevated further to the popularity level of Harry Potter. And they get the chance to go to this convention to actually meet the rather reclusive author. Things do not go well. They have this big falling out, and then before they can reconcile, the friend passes away in a tragic car accident. About a day or so later, Amelia receives a copy of the Orman Chronicles, this very special edition that actually shouldn't exist because it is book 0 out of 100 or something like that. And so the whole story revolves around her learning more about the Orman Chronicles, learning more about the author, coming to terms with a friend's death, and just maturing in this very short time span. And it is a beautiful novel. It is not an outright romance, but romance is definitely involved. And man, it's wonderful. I can't wait to pick up more by this author. She is awesome and great stuff. Great stuff. Please support her. She deserves it. Okay, last one, guys, and this was a big one. I started reading this back in January, read a couple stories, put it down, moved on, picked it up, read a couple stories all through the year, didn't finish it until the very end of December, and man, it's a huge book. This is the Big Book of Science Fiction. It's edited by the Vandermeers, who are very well known, and I mean, it's huge. Now, funnily enough, it took me all year to read this, but this was not the biggest book that I read. The biggest one that I read was technically the Witch Myth series, but this is 1,177 pages. However, double columned and very tiny font. So there's 1177, feels more like 1600. If you are at all interested in science fiction, pick this baby up. Everything you could possibly want is in there. There's feminist science fiction, there's African American science fiction, there's science fiction that has been translated from other countries for the very first time and is only found in that collection right there in English. Starts a couple hundred years ago all the way up to present time. So, you know, if you like science fiction from the early 1900s, it's there. You like it nowadays, it's there. You like cyberpunk, it's there. I'm telling you, everything is in this book. And it's awesome, it's worth it. Of course you're not going to like every story. It's just not possible. But you are going to find so many authors you've never even heard of and read their stuff. You're going to love it, and you're going to find so many new books for your collection, so many new books for your TBR. I mean, I know I did. Believe me, I did. Awesome collection, and totally worth it. It's going to take you a long time to get through, but you will enjoy the heck out of it, believe me. So, with that, those were the 11 best of, in my opinion, best that I read this year. I would love to hear down below what you guys think, if any of you have read any of these, what you may think of them. If you have suggestions for books that you want me to try and read this year that you think will make it onto my 2021 best of, please comment down below. Have any questions, comments, concerns about any of the books that I talked about, again, comment. I will answer. I always answer. I did not forget cat pictures this time. I will not forget cat pictures in the future. I apologize. I know that's why half of you come here. So there will be plenty of cat pictures coming as well. My next little video, I think, is going to be a January TBR. So stick around. I should have that up in the next few days. And thank you again for joining me. Cheers.